For this week's tech tip, we're going to show you 10 keyboard shortcuts that you need to know when editing text. You may already know some shortcuts like Control P prints on your computer or Control S will save a document. These shortcuts that we're going to show you here are specifically about editing text on a page. So let's begin. To get us started, we'll start with some shortcuts that you may already know and are a bit more familiar to most people. If you hold down the Control key here on the keyboard and hit the letter B, it will bold your text. If you hit Control and hit the letter U, it will then underline your text. And another one that you may know is if you hold down Control and hit the letter I, it will italicize your text. Moving on to some less known shortcuts, if you hold down the Control key and hit the letter Z, it will undo the last thing that you just did. If you want to redo what you just undid, you hold down Control and hit Y, and that will redo that step. This next shortcut might be one of my personal favorites. It's how you move around your cursor on your screen. If you hold down Control and hit E, it will center your cursor in the middle of the screen. If you hit Control and push R, it will align it to the right side of the screen. And if you hit down Control and hit L, it will then align the cursor to the left side of your screen. Here's a little overview of what that looks like. So you can see on the left side here, if we hit Control L, it'll put the cursor here. Control E will put it right in the middle, and Control R will then put it on the right side. To end us off, we'll show you two final shortcuts that you can use when editing text. These last two shortcuts are a little bit more complex, but can save you a ton of time if you get used to using them. What you do is if you hold down the Control and Shift key, both these at the same time, and then hit this little arrow key that's pointing to the right here, it will increase your font size. If you hold down Control and Shift at the same time and hit the left arrow one right beside it, it will decrease your font size. And that works every time you hit it. So for example, if I hold down Control Shift and hit this left arrow one right here, every time I do that, it will make my font size smaller, smaller, and smaller. So that's our overview on 10 keyboard shortcuts that you can use when editing text. Here's an overview of the ones that we covered today. There are plenty more out there that you can learn, and we'll produce some more videos over time, hopefully, to show some of those. But what we suggest is that you start trying to use these right away and start saving yourself some time when you're typing up your documents. Enjoy.